everybody. It's November 23rd. I know it's been a minute. We're about 3 months out on videos. I actually haven't made a video in a month. I just got them scheduled out. So today we're in here with the Silverado. As you can tell, thermostat went out. We're gonna change it our way. Again, I'm not a professional. We're just gonna do this stuff ourselves. And hope you guys watch, so let's get to it. I'm hoping this isn't too loud. It's getting cold here in Michigan. I don't have heat out here. I barely got power. That really helps, like when I'm working right here, blowing on me. And I got that big torpedo heater running, but I don't like running it when I'm trying to video because it's super loud, and then you guys hear that the entire video. So I'm hoping this BoyaLink wireless mic here knocks a lot of that drone out. So I guess we'll find out. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna pull this air box out. We're gonna pull this cover out of the way. That way we can get down to our hoses. All right, we got this hose clamp here, number 2 straight, regular, flathead, whatever you want to call it. Loosen that up. Mine's missing the little keeper here. I can reach down there in the bottom. Boom, pull that right out of the way. Yeah. Try to get that a little bit loose. I have to pull this rest of this little air box off. Push down on this one. Comes out just like that. And we got this line right here. You can either lock that in place or just tighten it up enough to pull the clamp off. Give it a turn. Give that one a turn. Go ahead and set these out of the way. Same with this one. Set this one out of the way. That way it doesn't leak. Loosen that up. Give that a little pull. Take our whole air box out. So first time I did this in my truck, see, I couldn't get these out, and end up taking half of it apart to pull it, but we got her out. Set that up. This whole piece is going to be our thermostat, and I pick up this Dorman here. I'll put that link down there in the description to Amazon. This is your whole thing, so everything together. We just got to drain our coolant down enough so when we unbolt this so it doesn't go flying everywhere. Then we can go ahead, refill it, top it all off. See, mine's actually a little bit low, so I should probably add some to it anyway. Okay, so a long time ago I had to put a new water pump, which was pretty simple. And I end up pulling the petcock down there, draining some out. But I think a faster way is this hose connects down here, which comes out the top of that water pump. So I think if I just unhook that, I can turn that down and it will pull the level below the thermostat. That's the plan anyway. All right, so we got our lab quality Harbor Freight semi-clean bucket. I also got this quart mason jar here that actually has some antifreeze from when we did the water pump. So I'll just dump some of that in there because of the space. Dump it in that 5-gallon bucket. And Don't try this at home. All right. Imagine that. Look at that. Set her funnel off to the side. Then when you can't get no more out, you take your hose that goes to that thermostat, you just blow in it. I don't want a chance breaking this off at all. I think you just click this here. Yep, there you go. That just comes right off. I'm not sure if that's our coolant temp sensor or if that's our control fan sensor. I didn't look any of this up before I started, so. Take here, hose clamp up, spin it first. Try not to get any antifreeze on your belt because it's going to squeal. Our thermostat's closed, so we're going to have some in our hose. You can always take your belt off if you want. I'm not gonna. I can deal with it squealing for a little bit. Put a rag down there. You got 10 millimeter and a 3/8 drive. You're gonna be careful turning these. They are in aluminum. If they've never been off before, it could be seized up. Be careful. As you pull them out, make sure they're all the same size too. Ours looks to be all the same size. See if we can pull this out without breaking it. I wasn't sure if this one was good or not. I really don't know without testing it. But what was happening is my truck was only running about 170 degrees, whether it was 40 degrees outside or 60. Now this does come with a gasket on the new one, but if it doesn't, make sure you try to save this or buy a new one so you have it. Disc. That way where it seals good. Rubber gasket, or always check your gaskets. This one looks pretty good, so we're just going to set that down just like it was before. I got some of this ARP Ultra Torque for head bolts, fasteners. And I actually like using this stuff over conventional anti-seize. Once that housing starts to move, we'll hit the other ones. We don't want to over tighten it, but we're gonna put just enough that we're confident. There's a torque spec for it. I don't really care. Make sure that's locked back on. Your hose. Stick our hose back on there. Take our other top radiator hose. Stick that back on there. So I'm trying not to block the camera, but I'm also trying to make sure I have it. You can just kind of do that. And then with these ones also lock, but go ahead and get that down. Make sure you're fully on there. Yeah, see, I tightened that one too much. That's all right. We can put that back in place. And then you just make sure your finger's clear. Pop it. I don't like popping it because this is older plastic. That's a lot, you know. It might crack it. Okay, we should have put the airbags back on, but I want to start it first so I can see down there, make sure nothing's leaking before I put the airbox on and try to look around it. While I'm at it, I am going to change the headlights. That'll be a different video. Funnel. We'll take our bucket. Alright, so it's going to show that it's really full. It's slowly going to come down once we fire this engine up. It's going to circulate, get all the rest of the air out of there. We're going to start out the air box. It's going to give us a code because our sensor's undone. But I want to make sure it doesn't leak. So we're going to put our cap on here. We're just going to leave the cap crack there. Take anything that might fly into the engine out of the way, being that rags can get sucked in there, etc. We're gonna hope the hose doesn't blow off and hydrolock our engine. We'll truck up here. Coolant's going down. It's going to take a minute to run. Come in here, turn this to high, put my defrost on, turn the air all the way up, and we're going to let this truck warm up. Starting to drop there. Once that thermostat opens, probably bubble pretty good. We'll see what happens. Should be getting close. Just revving it up a little bit. still cold. 155 degrees. Well, that thing will not open. So we're gonna put it back together and drive her down the road. Got our air box back on, got our hose clamp back on. Click these back in place. We got our wire here. Clicks down. I can never get this air box to sit where it's supposed to. Thermostat not opening worries me. Well, we're gonna back it out of the garage here. Go for a little test drive. Got that. Two codes. Read them. Sort code. Yep. Air intake. Okay. Race codes. Yep. Lights gone. And take it down the road and see what happens here. So it's creeping up over 210. It just dropped down, so I don't know if it opened or not or what's going on, but it keeps staying up there. Alright, so I lost my final video that I had for some reason, but opened up, we had pressure, we're good to go, staying around 210 like it's supposed to be from the factory, and we're going to drive her tomorrow to work, so hopefully we got some heat finally, because when it's super cold out, I don't have a lot of heat in that truck, so it should be nice. So we'll catch you guys on the next one.